What's up everyone, G2 Vex30 here, coming at you with something different today. We will be going over Samurai Arena. It's a game created by G2 Esports, which has a roguelike feel to it, and if you don't know what that means, think of Binding of Isaac. If you ever played that game or seen it played, it kind of feels like that. I've been playing it a lot recently, and it seems to have very simple, yet surprisingly addicting gameplay. I would be up on their leaderboard, but every time I get on to play through a few chapters, I want to go as far as I can go. I have something else come up. I have Paladins, I have message or something, and it's just I have to close out of it, and it's pretty unfortunate, but I'm gonna get on that leaderboard today. I'm excited to. But nonetheless, if you enjoy this video and enjoy something different on this channel, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to be informed when I post a new video. Also, if you want to see more content as a second video on some days that's not Paladins, be sure to let me know down in the comments, because I'm really interested to see how everyone takes this video in and likes something that's not Paladin. But with that being said, let's move right into talking about Samurai Arena. The first thing we need to go over is how to play this game. What are the controls and how simple are they? WASD is the movement system, spacebar or left mouse click is how you attack, and with those attacks, you gain charges for special attacks while landing successive hits. If you hold space or the left mouse click, you get a special attack. E is your ultimate. It requires 3 of those charges. Your special attack only requires 1. Blue G's are health, black G2 symbols are extra lives. You convert fan into fans at the end of each chapter, and you fight for the leaderboard to gain fans and become the most famous samurai in the arena. Super exciting stuff here. Now, can we just take a second and look at this main menu and listen to the music pairing in the background? The art and sound team did a really good job setting the atmosphere from the main menu on. Props to them. The next thing we should talk about is the leaderboard and Twitch integration. When you first open the game, you will be prompted to log in through your Twitch so that you can show up on the leaderboard. It's a very simple process, and I would suggest doing it. I feel like the leaderboard is one of the most integral parts of this game. Me, as a professional player, I have the drive to always be better than the person above me, and just having something as simple as a leaderboard in a game makes me want to just play more and more to be better than anyone else. When it's all said and done, the leaderboard is a really good addition to this game. It gives players a reason to want to get better and keep playing to see their name higher and higher and higher on that list. Now let's move on to the meat of this video, the gameplay. Like I said earlier, Samurai Arena has a roguelike feel to it, and the controls are genuinely smooth. At the beginning of the game, it takes you through a few short text cutscenes to set the mood of the game. It really helps you to understand why in the first place you were playing the game. You are part of the G2 army, and you are here to grow your fan base and push yourself to the next level. As the game starts, you figure out there is 5 chapters, and 4 parts to each of those chapters, with the final one being a boss fight. Like I said earlier, these sound effects are just so good. Even counting down, they make sound great. There is, though, one gameplay mechanic that is not explained in the how-to: counter. There is a sweet spot when an enemy is pulling back an attack that you can attack, counter their attack, knocking them back and taking no damage while still dealing damage to the enemy. Backstab. This one might be self-explanatory, but I figured I would make a note of it. When you're behind an enemy and you make an attack of them, it'll do extra damage. See, pretty self-explanatory, right? Let's move right into enemy types, at least the ones that I've come across so far. First one is your basic samurai. He is a melee enemy with average health and does average damage for the game. This one is just your run-of-the-mill enemy you find in most games. Second is the bowman. This enemy is ranged and shoots an arrow where you were positioned last when it's shot out of the bow. The last part is important when we talk about the upgraded bowman. These enemies do average damage and also have about average health for the game. The third enemy is what I'm gonna call the sumo. This sumo is a slow but powerful and tanky enemy who uses his fists to crush all that is in front of him. This enemy is something you need to be careful of when you come across, and you need to be sure to run around them and keep mobile, because if they catch you, they will do a lot of damage. And the final enemy type is the mini samurai. This miniature of the samurai is super fast and agile and can pack a punch when it hits. Its only weakness is that you can one-shot it, so be sure to time its attacks and be ready to counter them. Next, let's move on to talking about upgraded enemies. As the levels go on, you will find some enemies with 2 swords crossed next to their health bar. This means they are upgraded versions of themselves. These upgrades can really throw a player off guard if they're not ready for them. Some include more health, more damage, and with the bowman specifically, they can shoot 2 arrows now. The first one, like I said earlier, shoots where you were, but the second arrow has a tracking kind of prediction feature to it, to where it knows where you're gonna be in the next, second or two. It's kind of crazy to watch, and you'll see it here in the gameplay later on. As you can see here on the screen, they have a pretty neat rank up system. Every time you progress through a chapter, you get a new rank. This rank is indicated by the image you just saw on screen. It's basically a G2 logo, but as chapters go on and you progress through the game, they look cooler and cooler and cooler until you get to the final form. When you look at the top left, you can also see what rank you are. Along with that, you can also see how many lives you have left next to that. Next to the rank symbol is your health bar. And under that is your power meter. Each bar indicates 1 charge, and you can use these charges for your special attack. At 3 bars, it'll turn purple to indicate that you have your ultimate ready. On the top right of the screen, you can see your fame and your fans. Your fame is the amount of points you have accumulated in that chapter through combos, through different attacks, and through completing the chapter. And at the end of each chapter, that fame turns into your fans. And fans is the system of scoring in this game. The higher the amount of fans you have, the higher you will be on the leaderboard. And the final thing I want to bring to your attention is the level design and the art style of Samurai Arena. The level design changes from chapter to chapter and adds new unique objects that you can use to get away and hide from enemies. The level design is very simple, but it gets straight to the point. That leads me into the next part, the art style. For this being a simple browser game, the art here is really something nice and aesthetically pleasing. The art style also fits into the mood of the game. The music, level design, and art all go into this game, making it feel super aesthetically pleasing, and it just makes you want to play more and more. To close, this game might not be the most in-depth game around right now, but it's simple, fast-paced, and extremely aesthetically pleasing to play. If you're looking for a game just to play in your free time, or need something to pass the time during your ranked queues, this would be the game to play. Also, this game is really nice to send to your friends and challenge them, and see who can get the highest score and who can get their name up on that leaderboard. All around, I've had a really pleasant time playing this game, and I would suggest it to anyone who is interested after watching this video. If you would like to try this game, be sure to check down in the description below for the link to the game to get started yourself. But that is all for me tonight, and this was a really fun experience doing my first game overview, and I hope everyone liked it. If you did enjoy this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to keep up with me in the future. I hope everyone here has a good day, night, morning, evening, dawn, dusk, or whatever it is where you live, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.